Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my channel. Today I have some news for you guys and it's from AMD. And the news is that AMD confirms warranty support for Ryzen 9105 watt TDP mode. And as you guys know that AMD launched the Ryzen 5 9600X and Ryzen 7 9700X but with the TDP of 65 watt. And cause of that the consumers were complaining that the performance of the chip would be greater if AMD increased the TDP for the chip to be 105 watt, and AMD listened to the consumer's voice and released the AGESA 1.2.0.2 in which the TDP is increased for the chips and is now running on 105 watt mode. But with that the worry of warranty also come in between, and in the latest news AMD confirms the warranty support for Ryzen 9105 watt mode. And with this AGESA release we also seen some improvement in the CCD delay issue with the 9950X that is improved as well. And AMD Ryzen 9005 desktop CPUs improved with the latest updates such as AGESA 1.2.0.2 BIOS, better core-to-core latencies, and branch prediction patches for Windows 11, and warranty support for 105 watt TDP mode. And if you remember guys, it's been over a month since the launch of AMD Ryzen 9005 desktop CPUs, and since then the company has offered various enhancements to address some of the shortcomings while also adding new features to the lineup. And today the company is offering a recap along with a few updates on how it has made the Zen 5 desktop CPU's experience better for everyone. And starting with the first feature, we have the 105 watt TDP mode for the AMD Ryzen 7 9700X and Ryzen 5 9600X CPUs. And in June, we reported that AMD might respec its Ryzen 9700X to a higher TDP, which was later confirmed with the 105 watt TDP mode for both Ryzen 5 and 7 chips. And in early tests we have seen that the new modes can offer double-digit gains in application and a nice boot in terms of gaming performance. And if we can see what the AMD has to say, that the new update boosts your performance with new warranties, 105 watt TDP for Ryzen 7 and 700X and 9600X with the stock thermal design TDP of low 65 watt. Our vision for the Ryzen 9600X and 9700X was all about efficient performance, but we hear that some of you will always crave more power and more speed. Well, guess what, with the new 1.2.0.2 BIOS update you can run Ryzen 9600X and 9700X at 105 watt TDP without voiding your warranty. Well, that's great news for the consumer market. Just enable the 105 watt TDP in the BIOS and you are good to go. Now these processors have been validated at 105 since their release, so you won't be pushing them beyond their design limits. And this boost is especially beneficial for multi-threaded workload, but you might see some gains in less threaded apps too. Remember, with the great power comes great responsibility. Make sure you have an appropriate cooling solution to handle the higher thermal limit that 105 watt brings to the table. So the 105 watt configurable TDP mode also increased the power specs by 62% if you compare the 65 watt with 105 watt. So those who want extra performance can get that with the latest AGESA 1.2.0.2 BIOS firmware, which is already rolling out by several motherboard manufacturers for their existing 600 series and the new 800 series AM5 motherboard. And we can also see some tools from the Harukaze 5719. Great, but still wonder it is under AMD specs, so that guarantee the warranty it would be considered as overclock. MSI did not say clear about it, but after the release of this message it is confirmed that the official release and spec in 1.2.0.2 warranty approved by AMD. So guys, this 105 watt is safe and it's not be considered as overclock, as the AMD is officially confirming the warranty for the chips. And the best part of is that the new 105 watt TDP mode will be supported under warranty, so users don't have to worry about their warranties being cancelled once they use the higher TDP mode. And this is a great decision by AMD, and it shows that it is willing to offer more performance to its customers and also offers extended support. But if we talk about the Windows 11 operating system, the other major performance enhancement update in the new automatic Windows updates, and users will no longer have to download the optional Windows update to get the latest branch prediction optimization on AMD Ryzen 9000 Zen 5 CPUs. So these updates will be rolled out automatically in the latest version of Windows 11. So make sure you keep your Windows update to take the benefit from the new update. And the version that they are talking about, to be specific, is the 22.631.4.1.1.2 for 23H2, and the build number 26.100.13.01 for 24H2. And these updates are already rolling out to Windows 11 systems, and you can check your version of the operating system to ensure that you have the optimization loaded into your system for a better performance. And as I mentioned before, that the AGESA also improved the core latency. Specifically, if we talk about the 9950X, AMD also addresses some of the core-to-core latency concerns and confirmed that its AGESA PI 1.2.0.2 BIOS firmware includes optimization for better latency in latency-sensitive use cases that I mentioned, specific like 9950X that see a huge amount of delay, but that's been solved with this AGESA 1.2.0.2. The company also states that real-world application will see minimal impact, but it's good to have the optimization in place. Games such as Metro Exodus, Starfield, Borderlands 3 have shown some uplift in performance, while synthetic tests such as 3D Mark Time Spy also sees uplift as tested by AMD themselves. And this is what the AMD has to say regarding the core-to-core latency improvement. Some websites reported an increase in core-to-core latency between the Ryzen 7000 and 9000 series multi-CCD models. This was mainly due to some corner cases where it takes two transactions to both read and write when information is shared across cores and on a different part of Ryzen 9000 processors. However, we have been working on the optimization this since the launch of 9000 series, and guys, they did increase the performance by launching the update and improved it. And in the new BIOS update, we managed to cut the number of transactions in half for this use case, which helped reduce core-to-core latency in multi-CCD models. While this will show up on some core-to-core latency benchmark, and the real-world improvement is more noticeable in a very specific gaming scenarios, especially in heavy-threaded games that don't trigger core parking. Our lab tests suggest Metro, Starfield, Borderlands 3 and the 3D Mark Time Spy via AMD. AMD also talks about its X870E and X870 motherboards, which are launched and now available across major retailers. These motherboards will come preloaded with AGESA 1.2.0.2 BIOS firmware, so we can expect the best performance and optimization while supporting high-frequency DDR5 8000 MT per second expo support and above. And manufacturers such as D-Skill are pushing expo profiles up to 9000 MT per second, which is a phenomenal upgrade over X670E motherboards. The new DDR5 8000 expo mode was made possible thanks to AMD's enthusiast memory team. Shout out to the Bill Elverson and Joseph Portillo Whitman for this. So guys, if you are buying or the AMD X870E or X870E motherboard, so you can take the benefit of these memories by installing the 8000 MT per second. And that's it for today, guys, and I'll see you in the next.